In this video, the Certificate of Puerto Rican Citizenship, issued by the Department of State of Puerto Rico. If you've ever wondered what is this certificate, who can get it, why does it matter, we're going into the details, answering common questions, and sharing lesser-known insights, walking you through the process. Whether you are Puerto Rican by birth, descent, or residency, or just fascinated by global citizenship, grab a café con leche and let's explore the power of the Puerto Rican Citizenship Certificate. So let's start with the basics. What is the Certificate of Puerto Rican Citizenship? It's an official document issued by the Puerto Rican Department of State that confirms an individual's status as a citizen of Puerto Rico. Established in 2007 following a landmark Supreme Court ruling in Miriam J. Ramirez de Ferrer versus Juan Marie Bras, this certificate, you guys can look up that case by the way, this certificate recognizes Puerto Rican citizenship as a distinct identity within the context of U.S. nationality. It's not a standalone citizenship. Puerto Ricans are U.S. citizens by birth under the Jones Act of 1917, but it affirms your cultural and legal ties to the island. Why does this matter? The certificate is a powerful tool for Puerto Ricans born on the island and those with Puerto Rican parents, or residents who've lived there for at least a year. It's especially valuable for accessing benefits like accelerated Spanish citizenship, proving closer ties for the Puerto Rico's Act 60 tax incentives, or simply celebrating your Boricua heritage. In 2025, with over 3 million Puerto Ricans living on the mainland U.S. and 3.2 million on the island, this certificate is a badge of identity and opportunity. Common questions include, what are the benefits? How to apply? Is it worth it? We'll cover the top advantages, starting with why it's a big deal. So the key benefits of the certificate. What makes it so special? It's more than just a piece of paper. It is a gateway to several unique opportunities. So here's why it's a must-have. First, it's your ticket to accelerated Spanish citizenship. Spain recognizes Puerto Rico as an Ibero-American country to its colonial history, per a 2007 Spanish resolution. With the certificate, Puerto Ricans can apply for Spanish citizenship after just 2 years of legal residency in Spain, compared to 10 years for other foreigners. This opens doors to EU citizenship, allowing you to live, work, and travel across 27 countries. Imagine sipping sangria in Barcelona with a Spanish passport. That's the power of this Puerto Rico Citizenship Certificate. I think every Latino should go live in Spain for 2 years to get citizenship because they have that accelerated pathway. But for a normal gringo of non-Latino origin, it's a 10-year path to citizenship in Spain. So very significant. And every other European country, Portugal's 5 years. It doesn't really get much lower than 5 years in the European Union. So this Spain path is a very unique opportunity. Second, it strengthens your case for Puerto Rico's Act 60 tax incentives. If you're eyeing the individual resident investor benefits under Act 60, which offer 0% capital gains tax and 4% income tax, the certificate proves your closer connection, quote unquote, to Puerto Rico, a key residency test. It shows your commitment to the island, making compliance easier. Now, it's not maybe the number one deal breaker, and you should always speak to a tax accountant or lawyer, but this is one of those things you can do to build your substantial ties with Puerto Rico. And anything you can do to build your ties is going to help your case, like getting a Puerto Rican driver's license. Third, it's a cultural lifeline. This certificate connects you to Puerto Rican identity, granting access to consular events like Fiestas de la Calle San Sebastián celebration or voter registration for island elections if you're a resident. It's a symbol of pride, especially for the diaspora. Fourth, it's versatile for legal purposes. The certificate, often apostilled for international use, is accepted for maybe banking or property transactions or proving heritage in countries like Spain or Latin America. And by the way, it's not just Spain that gives accelerated citizenship to Latinos, so this could benefit you in other countries in Latin America as well. It's a low-cost way, it's basically free, to affirm your status without replacing your U.S. citizenship, but you're getting a couple of those added benefits. And there is the lesser-known perk that there is dual nationality flexibility. Spain allows Puerto Ricans to retain U.S. citizenship when naturalizing, unlike most foreigners, thanks to the certificate's Ibero-American status. So Spain, they kind of want you to renounce. It's a bit of a gray area. I have another video on my channel about renunciation in Spain. But taking this Puerto Rican approach, they're not going to make you renounce because there's a treaty in place. So who can get the certificate of Puerto Rican citizenship? Who is eligible and how to apply? The process is straightforward, but requires specific criteria and documents. Here's the deal. Eligibility is open to 3 groups per the Puerto Rican Department of State. Number 1, individuals born in Puerto Rico. Number 2, U.S. citizens with at least one parent born in Puerto Rico. And number 3, U.S. citizens who have resided in Puerto Rico for at least 1 year before applying, which is a pretty low bar. The application process is managed by the Department of State's Office of Certifications and Regulations. And here's how it works. First, complete the official application form, available online at the Department of State's website or sometimes through third-party services. You'll need to provide your personal details like name, date of birth, and address. You'll need to gather your documents if you're born in Puerto Rico, submit your original Puerto Rican birth certificate issued after 2010 due to a 2010 law voiding older certificates for security reasons. If claiming descent, include your birth certificate and your Puerto Rican parents' birth certificate. For residency-based applicants, provide proof of 1 year's residence like utility bills, a Puerto Rican driver's license, or a recent tax return. Then pay the fee, pay the stamps. I believe this can be paid or purchased via the Colectoria Digit app or website. It's a digital payment system. And then you can mail your application, documents, stamps, and a self-addressed stamped envelope to the Department of State, Office of Certifications and Regulations, PO Box 9023271, San Juan, Puerto Rico, 00902. You're going to want to check that's up to date, but something to go off. Processing takes about 30 days, and your certificate, along with original documents, will be returned to you. Here's a hidden tip. Consider getting an apostille for international use. And not just consider it. You absolutely need to get this document apostilled, okay? Especially for Spanish citizenship or citizenship in other Latin American countries. But for this document to benefit you as fully as possible, you're going to need to get it apostilled, which basically just legalizes it or authenticates it for use in other countries. So why bother with the Certificate of Puerto Rican Citizenship? Beyond the headline benefits, its real-world impact is profound. For starters, it's a fast track to EU citizenship. Puerto Ricans with their certificate can move to Spain, live there for 2 years on a visa, like the non-lucrative visa, and apply for Spanish citizenship without renouncing U.S. citizenship. By the way, MyLatinLife, we're a full-scale immigration consultancy. We can help you get visas in Spain, including the digital nomad visa, non-lucrative visa, marriage visas, apply for citizenship. It's also a tax strategy booster. For Act 60 decree holders, the certificate reinforces your Puerto Rican ties, crucial for passing the closer connection test. This test evaluates whether you're more connected to Puerto Rico than the U.S. mainland, ensuring you keep those 0% capital gains tax and 4% income tax rates. It's a small investment for big financial security. Culturally, it's a badge of Boricua pride as well. Whether you're in Chicago, New York, or San Juan, this certificate links you to Puerto Rico's vibrant heritage. It's a way to vote in island elections as well if you're a resident or join consular events abroad, fostering community ties. Finally, it's practical for legal needs, from banking in Puerto Rico to proving Ibero-American heritage for Latin America residency programs. The certificate is versatile. Its apostilled version is recognized globally, making it a low-cost alternative to passports for certain transactions. For second-generation Puerto Ricans, the certificate is a tangible link to their parents' homelands, sparking cultural exploration. Now let's talk challenges and misconceptions to keep you on the right path. First, processing delays can be an issue. The Department of State aims for 30 days, but incomplete applications or high demand can stretch this to 6 to 8 weeks. So double check your documents to avoid rejections, as the government often doesn't explain denials. Second, document requirements can trip you up. Older birth certificates are invalid due to a 2010 anti-fraud law. So order a new blue format certificate via Vital Check. Non-Puerto Rican born applicants need parental birth certificates as well, so make sure you can source those documents. Third, residency proof for non-native applications requires careful documentation, utility bills, tax returns for 12 consecutive months, and make sure there's no inconsistencies that can lead to delays. A common misconception is that the certificate grants standalone Puerto Rican citizenship. It doesn't. Puerto Rican citizenship exists only within U.S. nationality, as Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory. Another myth, it's only for Spanish citizenship. While that's a big draw, it's also valuable for Act 60 compliance, banking, cultural ties, and maybe you guys have other potential use cases that you can leave in the comments below. Some think it's a lengthy process. It's not. With a quick application, it's much faster compared to years-long naturalizations elsewhere. So this is much easier than it is in other countries, honestly. So one thing that's cool about this is the international recognition. You're really going to want it apostilled for it to be recognized internationally. And then when you have that, this document, I mean, maybe a lot of people haven't seen it, but it's still a form of verification, a form of ID. You know, it's a birth certificate, it's a citizenship certificate. It's a pretty powerful thing. So a good identity document to have regardless, even if you don't see yourself using Act 60 benefits or the Spain benefit, it's just as a backup ID, it's also a no-brainer. So here's some practical tips for getting your certificate. First, gather your documents meticulously. If born in Puerto Rico, again, order a post-2010 birth certificate via Vital Check well in advance. For descent, secure your parents' Puerto Rican birth certificate, and for residency, collect 12 months of utility bills or a tax return. Ensure all names and addresses match to avoid rejections. Then mail everything to the Department of State, Office of Certifications and Regulations. Track your delivery to ensure it arrives. And there you have it, Boricua Dreamers. The certificate of Puerto Rican citizenship is your key to unlocking Spanish citizenship in just 2 years, securing Act 60 tax breaks, and celebrating your Puerto Rican heritage. This document, issued by the Puerto Rican Department of State, affirms your island ties, whether you're born in San Juan, descended from Ponce, or just a year-long resident of Mayoez. With practical tips like ordering a post-2010 birth certificate, using the Colectoria Digital, and tapping mobile consulates, you're ready to claim this powerful credential. Whether you're golfing in Rio Grande, planning a move to Spain, or reconnecting with your roots, I hope this video answered your questions and ignited your passion for Puerto Rico's vibrant identity. What's your plan for the Puerto Rican Citizenship Certificate? Got questions about the process? Drop them in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more global citizenship and expat insights. See you in the next video.